Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Cody and today I will be bringing you my 2022 NRL season review of the Brisbane Broncos. The Broncos finished in 9th place this year, playing a total of 24 games, scoring 28 points, winning 13 games and with 11 losses, scoring a total of 514 points, which is around 22 points a game. While the Broncos conceded a total of 550 points, which is around 23 points a game, with a points differential of negative 36. Their home record was 7 wins and 5 losses, and their away record was even with 6 wins and 6 losses. And from between round 21 and 25, they only managed to win one of their last 5 games for the season. The Broncos in round 1 started off very well as they beat my team, the Broncos, 11 points to 4 at Suncorp Stadium. And then round 2 the following week, they beat the Bulldogs at Accor Stadium 16-10 in a close contest. The Broncos would go on to lose their next 4 games between rounds 3 and 6, starting off in round 3 against their arch rivals, the Cowboys, losing to them at Suncorp Stadium 38 points to 12. Losing to the Warriors at Redcliffe 20 points to 6 in round 4. In round 5, in a close contest at Suncorp Stadium, losing to the Roosters 24-20, before getting hammered at Bluebet Stadium against Penrith 40-12 in round 6. In round 7, they managed to beat the Bulldogs again, this time winning 34-14, and from round 7 till round 14, the Broncos would go on to win 7 in a row. In round 8, they would beat the Sharks in a good game, 16 points to 7 at Suncorp Stadium again. And then they'll face off against the Rabbitohs again, this time flogging them at Accor Stadium. Not really, but I think it's a flogging, 32-12. Before thrashing Manly in Magic Round, 38-0. Beating the Newcastle Knights in round 11, 36-12 at McDonald Jones Stadium. Beating another rival of theirs, the Gold Coast Titans, winning 35-24 in round 12 at Suncorp Stadium. Having the bye in round 13, and then in round 14, beating the Canberra Raiders in a close contest at Suncorp Stadium 24-18. The Broncos' 7-game winning streak came to an end in round 15 as they were beaten by the Storm in Melbourne 32-20. Then in round 16, going on to lose their arch rivals again, the Cowboys, this time 40-26 at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, beating the Dragons at Suncorp Stadium 32-18. Then beating their other rivals, the Gold Coast Titans, in a close contest 16-12 at Cbus Super Stadium. In round 19, the Broncos will go on to beat the Parramatta Eels at CommBank Stadium 36-14, so they were in the top 4 at this point in 4th spot. Many people consider them to be a top 4 spot, but from round 20, it will just get worse. In round 20, they were shocked and upsetted as the West Tigers beat them at Suncorp Stadium 32-18. And in round 21, losing to the Roosters 34-16 at the SCG, before bouncing back in round 22 to beat the Knights 28-10 at Suncorp Stadium. Then they'll go on to lose their last 3 games of the regular season, getting smashed by Melbourne 60-12 at Suncorp Stadium, and then getting smashed again the following week at Suncorp Stadium. Jeez, they play a lot of games at Suncorp this year. Losing to the Parramatta Eels this time, a whopping 53 points to 6, before losing to the Dragons in round 25 at Nostrada Jubilee Stadium 22-12. Alright. The Broncos, some of the Broncos' best wins. Round 7 against the Dogs, 34-14. Against the Rabbitohs in round 9, 32-12. And round 10, 38-0. Against the Knights, 36-12. I'll probably say against the Dragons in round 17, 32-18. Eels, that was a bit of a surprising result, 36-14. And yeah, but overall, I think their best win of the season was against the Sea Eagles, where they flogged them 38-0. Now going through the Broncos' worst losses. One notable one was against the Cowboys in round 3, where they lost 38-12. Alright. There's 3 more games I'll go over as well. Losing to the Tigers 32-18 at their home stadium, Suncorp Stadium. And then rounds 23 and 24 games both at home. First one against Melbourne, they were flogged by 48 points, 60-12. And then equal to their worst loss of the season, or second worst loss, I should say, 47 points. They were smashed 53 points to 6. So I think them 2 losses only, 60-12 against Storm and 53-6 against the Eels, that was their worst losses of the year. The Broncos' top point scorer was their biggest signing from last year. For this year was Adam Reynolds with a total of 146 points, while their top try scorer was Corey Oates, scoring 20 tries, and he was the second, and he scored the second most amount of tries this year. Now going through the signings for the Broncos for 2023, or who have gone to sign with other clubs, or who have retired and ended their career. So as of the 30th of October, the Tigers have signed the Broncos have signed 2 extra players. Jock Maiden from the West Tigers and Reece Walsh, which I think that's their biggest signing so far, from the Warriors, and Jesse Arthurs, who was on a loan deal with the Warriors, will come back for the club next year as well. The Broncos have signed a couple more players as well. Tyson Smoothy from the Falcons, Queensland Feeder Cup, playing the Queensland Cup. Tomasi Saru from Fiji, Josh Rogers from Burleigh, and Max Plath from Wynnum. Now going through the players who have either retired, been released, or have gone to other clubs in the NRL or the Super League. So starting off with Tyson Gamble to the Knights, Zach Hosking to the Panthers, Reece Kennedy to Hull KR Super League team, Bradco Lee to the Dolphins, Dadare Martin to the Warriors, Jake Turpin to the Roosters, Albert Kelly was released, Ryan James, David Mead, and Tyrone Roberts have all retired. The Broncos' 2022 season was an improvement from last year's season. They finished in 15th this year, just to finish in 9th place, just missing out on the top 8. Overall, I would give the Broncos season a 5.5 out of 10 this year. I give the Broncos 5.5 because even though their season was a pass, towards the end of the season, they only managed to win 1 of their last 5 games, which that was unbelievable. And with those 2 floggings in rounds 23 and 24, 53 points to 6 against the Eels and 60 points to 12 against the Storm, that really hurt the club. Like, after beating the Knights in round 22, and they got smashed in the last 2 rounds, I don't know what happened with the club between those 2 games, but if they managed to at least beat 1 or 2 of the teams, they would have made the top 8, and the Raiders or Rabbitohs would have missed out on the top 8. But overall, the Broncos had a great season, even though a lot of people go off at them towards the end of the season. Yeah, they were in the top 4 at one point, and then they fell out of the top 8. But I reckon they're gonna probably be around the same next year. I'll probably have them like around 7 to 10. Would they finish in the top 8? We'll just have to wait and see. They're definitely not a top 4 team next year, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, I think giving them a 5.5 is a bit of a harsh one. Like, they did improve. That's what I love, but I would have given them a higher overall rating if they made the top 8. Because of those 2 smashings, I had to grade them down a bit. But overall, their season was great. Improvement from last year, from 15th to 9th place. Top 8 would have been a lot more better. But it is what it is. But I hope the Broncos do well next year. Not a bottom 4 team. It should be around 7 to 10. And yeah, I hope they'll do better next year. So great year for the Broncos. Like to see more from them next year. And a couple of their best players. I have to say, Patrick Carrigan, one of the best forward/locks in the game. He was definitely one of the best Broncos players, or definitely their best. Corey Oates, being their best try scorer, great as always. Only extended for 1 year. I think that's a bit questionable. I think they should have given him at least 3 years. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think he's 28 or 29. They should have extended him for at least another 2 years. That's just in my opinion. Adam Reynolds coming to the club this year was definitely a great choice. Even though I would love Reynolds to be stayed with the Rabbitohs, it was just down to business decisions. He wanted to go to Brisbane, or he wanted to go elsewhere because it couldn't fit him in the cap. But that's a different topic for a different day. Talking about the Broncos. But overall, great squad this year. We'll just wait and see how they do for next season. And that, everyone, will conclude my 2022 season review of the Brisbane Broncos. Overall, they had a great season. Dramatic end towards the end of the season. They should have made the top 8, but they didn't. They finished in 9th. But improvement from last year's season. They'll probably be around the same next year. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, the next team I will be doing is a top 8 team. And I will be doing the runner-ups for this year, who finished in 4th place, the Parramatta Eels. Anyways, anyone, I'm ending my video here, so I'll see each and every one of you in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm doing all the teams. I'm spreading it out into next year. I'm trying to do my very best to get them all uploaded before the 2023 season, but I will get all of them uploaded. So like I said, like, comment and subscribe for more, and I'll see each and every one of you in the next one. Take care.